Hey guys, Keith here, Hardscape Marketing Crew. Today I want to go over some calculations that you can use in your business to help you with understanding how you're doing as far as your trajectory for your revenue, for your net profit, and so on. Wouldn't it be nice if you knew where your business is going based upon the return on investment you're getting from your marketing, your close rates, your lead to estimate rate, even your COGS, and how your expenses are helping you trend towards the net profit goal that you want. At the end of the day, the goal is to make profit in our landscape construction businesses. So today I want to show you how this revenue ceiling calculator can do that. And if you want access to this, I can get that to you. Just go ahead and shoot me a message and I'll go ahead and get this over to you. So let's go ahead and take a look at my screen and we can go through this calculator together. So I own a multi-7-figure hardscape business with my brother, and this was just an eye-opener for me when we started to track the trajectory of our hardscape business instead of just kind of hoping that even on a week-to-week basis, the items that we were tracking were doing okay. At first, we weren't tracking anything. There was no weekly meeting or anything. So step one, have a weekly meeting in your company. We implemented that within ours. That's a 60 to 90 minute we call level 10 meeting, which is based upon the book Traction. Highly recommend that book as a read. The first thing to get in place in your business to get it organized is just a good meeting once a week. So in that meeting, we were tracking these metrics in the scorecard, which I also have a template for and can get that to you. Just go ahead and ask me for that too. But basically, you want to track every week the important KPIs across the four different areas of your business. So you have sales, you have marketing, you have operations, and you have finance. But what we don't have with those metrics is the velocity of where our business is going, so we can figure out what's the ceiling of the business based upon these numbers. So that's what these are for. So I'm going to show you how this works. Let's take the average job price. If you're a paver or landscape construction company, maybe your job price is lower. If you're just doing pavers, maybe 10 to 15. If your average job price is higher because you're doing outdoor kitchens and things like that on top of retaining walls and driveways and all that kind of stuff. It just depends upon what you're niching on. You might have a higher or lower, but let's take this just as an example, 25,000 average job price. Next, the monthly lead volume into your business. So this would be referrals. This is also going to be anything that you get from digital. Maybe you put signs in the neighborhoods that you're working in. Whatever you're getting from those, your trucks, if they're wrapped, all that kind of stuff. What's the average monthly leads you get? Let's take an average. Let's say that for this scenario, ABC Hardscape or Landscape Construction Company has 80 average leads per month. The average cost per lead is basically what you're spending on marketing divided by the amount of leads that you have. I know referrals are free. You don't have to pay for that. But for this scenario, what we want to figure out is with our marketing budget and all the marketing channels that we have, how many leads are we getting and how much cost per lead are we averaging across all channels. So let's just say you're spending $50 a lead, so $4,000 a month on your marketing. Okay. Now we need to get to your lead estimate rate. So across all the leads that you're getting, how many of those turn into an estimate? We find that an average, a good average across the board is 50, but you can increase that by having better follow-up processes within your business on those leads, getting those into more estimates. But let's say that this company's at a 30%. Some room to grow, but it's doing kind of okay. So 30%. That means out of the 50 average leads, that this company has 15 total estimates available. Now let's go over the estimate to close rate. Of those estimates you looked at, the 15, how many of those turned into an actual job? Let's keep that a little bit lower, 18%. We got a junior salesperson, maybe a senior salesperson working on this together. So all in all, we got 50 leads. We closed 2.7 jobs. The average marketing spend per month is $4,000. The job acquisition cost was $1,481, and we ended up making $67,500 on average. So that's our ceiling. Our yearly ceiling is $810,000. Our marketing and ROI is 16.88. Okay, cool. So those are some good numbers for marketing. We know our job cost, our acquisition cost. We know our estimate to close, our lead to estimate, all that kind of stuff. So that's good. But how does that translate? Well, we need to look and see what the financial systems or the defense systems in our business, how that affects our overall profit dollars or dollars in our pocket based upon our ROI. So let's look at COGS. 61%. If you have external crews, maybe you're a little bit higher, but this is kind of an average. So let's actually put this at 65. Say you have some internal, maybe one internal, and then you're using external crews for your landscape construction. Let's say your overheads are pretty low because you don't have an office and you don't have a dispatch location. You're just dispatching also from your property, so you have pretty low overheads there. So your possible profit margin before doing any marketing is 25%. Now our marketing ROI is 16.8, so we're going to put that multiple on there, and what we have is a projected possibility of a 19% profit percentage off of this $810,000 that we're doing. So that's $154,000. 19%, not really that bad. What you have to figure out is whether you're in growth mode or you're in profit mode. Because if you're in growth mode, you might want to take more market share, be more, spend more on that marketing. Maybe you're spending now 100 because you're opening up to more channels. That's going to lower your marketing ROI. It's going to lower your profit, but it didn't lower it a ton. It just lowered it a little bit. You went down to 17.5 versus that 19% that was there. So not too much, just about a 1.5% there. So this allows you to kind of project out how aggressive could I be in the market if I wanted to take more market share, reduce my profit just a little bit. Maybe you want to go into profit mode though instead of growth mode, and the goal is to kind of lean out the company. Well, we want to focus not on getting more leads, but being more efficient. So we want to improve our lead to estimate rate. We want to improve our estimate to close rate. So let's make some of those adjustments and see what happens to the growth of the company and the overall profit percentage when we change a couple of these things. All right, let's say we put a goal in place over the quarter to improve this to 40%. Now we're doing $1,080,000. Our marketing ROI jumps up to 22 because we're being more efficient with the leads that we currently have, turning more of those into estimates. Our estimate to close rate didn't change at all, but let's go ahead and change it to 22. All right, now we're at 1.3 million possible revenue. A marketing ROI of 27. Our profit percentage jumped up from that 19 to about 21. So now we're making $282,000 in our business just because we changed our lead to estimate and our estimate to close rate. Pretty awesome. Okay. Our job acquisition cost went down. It was about 1.3, 1.4, or $1,300, $1,400. Now it's at $909. That also was affected. Cool. That's great. But let's just say we also increased our average job price to $30,000 instead of that 25. Wow, we're up again. Our marketing ROI just went up. Everything is up 21.97, 348,000 now that we're profiting. And so this is great. We haven't changed our monthly lead volume at all. We're just being more efficient across our marketing, leads to estimate and estimate to close. And we're improving our close rates and such. Okay. So let's use another number here. Let's say that you take more of your jobs into your internal crews. We're going to lower this from 65 to 60 because you're doing more internal crew work. Boom. Now you're at 26% profit in your business. And now you're profiting $427. Again, we haven't changed anything on lead volume yet. We're just doing better across average job price and all those other areas. Okay, so what if we did pump up the lead volume with a business that's functioning at this level? Okay, so let's just take these leads up to 70. Nothing else changes. Now we're doing $2.2 million in total revenue. That's our revenue ceiling. And we're profiting $598,000. Pretty healthy business right here. But let's say that when we pumped up the lead volume, we lowered our close rate, okay? And we also lowered our lead to estimate rate a little bit, okay? We dropped back down. In fact, our profitability as far as what we're getting at the end of the day is actually less when we had less lead volume because our estimate to close and our lead to estimate rates dropped, right? So now you're basically just doing more work for less money. So it's cool to see that picture and where things are at. Now, you might want to do that if you're, again, taking more market share. Maybe you hired a junior salesperson and they're just training in, so your close rates, of course, are going to drop because of that. But again, it's picking, are you in growth mode or are you in profit mode for this year? So anyway, this is the revenue ceiling calculator. Really, this is just a great way for you to be able to look at your business in a nutshell, look at the most important KPIs and determine where your business is going to be if you continue on the same velocity. And so tracking those averages of your close rates, lead to estimate rate on your scorecard are super important. You can take those numbers, put them in here, and then look at the trajectory of your business. Super easy. One of the great things about this too is it can really be a dashboard for you to manage multiple locations. If you have different businesses at each location, kind of managing themselves. Or even if you have multiple different businesses, if you've got if you've done horizontal acquisition within your niche, maybe you've got different businesses. And so you have different LLCs and you're looking to manage those. Well, you just have your operators basically use this type of a scorecard, report to you on those important KPIs. And now you know the velocity of each one of those and where they're going and if they're doing a good job. All right. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys, make it easier for you to manage your business or potentially multiple businesses that you have. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think. If you want access to this, go ahead and reach out to me and I'll send it off to you. You guys have a great day.